Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. In this video I am going to show you how to install Windows 7 on a laptop. Now, the computer you're looking at is the one that I replaced the HDD hard drive device with an SSD. Now, like I mentioned in the last video, this computer came with Windows 8. I want to see if it'll run Windows 7. So, without further ado, let's get started. So I'm going to go into the BIOS. And we're going to see if it'll run Windows 7. So we're going to go boot. Oh no, no. I'm not going to do that. Alright, so let's see here. That's what I hate about this computer, is the BIOS is so old that you can barely do anything with it. Exit. Alright. So I'm going to let the computer do what it needs to do. So hopefully it will allow me to install Windows 7. So it's still failing. So I'm going to have to figure out why. We're going to go to boot options here. And as soon as it goes into boot options, I'm going to select the DVD-ROM drive. Alright, there we go. So, UEFI. Security boot. Enabled. Secure boot standard. Home. That's right, that's right. You saw that. It said boot from CD or DVD. Here is what the issue is with this laptop. It came with Windows 8, so it'll understand anything Windows 8 and above. Now, when the drive is reading the disk, this happens on laptops and desktops. I might have said this before. When it reads a little bit of information from the DVD, the computer's going to know, hey, I'm not going to do this. This is not Windows 8. I only understand Windows 8. So that's why you saw what you saw. So now what we're going to do is, as soon as it says CD, boot from CD or DVD, we are going to push enter. And yes, the DVD drive is reading. So that was the issue. This particular situation came up when Windows Vista came out. People wanted to downgrade to XP, but they set the BIOS up in a certain way to not let it install. That's exactly what Dell did with this one. Nothing below Windows 8. Alright, so we're here. This is normal. Let me plug the mouse in. Give me a second to find the mouse USB. Alright, there we go. And as you see, it let me use it immediately. So we're going to click next. We're going to install now. So setup is starting. Now this drive is not the fastest drive, but it does work for what I need it to do. And it does work quite well. That is a DVD drive. My family member, she used it for playing DVDs. All right. This is an older version of Windows 10, but I'm going to use it to show you how to install. That's all I'm doing. Accept. I'm going to do custom install. As you can see, that there's nothing on this drive. I used a drive wiping software on it, and it worked quite nicely. So here we go. And there we go. Now this will be a little quicker because, like you saw on my desktop with this SSD, no moving parts, so it's going to be a little quicker. Same thing applies to laptops as well. Okay, so this is almost done. This is about 20 minutes later. Now, I do not have this machine connected to the internet, so it's going to be interesting to see how it's going to function without that. There we go, we see the pinwheel. Now this is very, very interesting. You see how it says it's getting devices ready, but the Dell logo is still there. With laptops, I noticed this. So some laptops, such as this one, will do that. The logo will stay. Which means that's why Windows boots super fast on there, because the way the BIOS, it's actually called, even though BIOS is an outdated term, will boot very quickly. So it's kind of like they combine them. Instead of one being over here and this one being over here, they're kind of like this. Now, as you saw on my desktops, that's the Windows logo. Now, I'm not going to do this right now because this is for testing purposes, so I don't need to do that. So I'll do this later. And so I'm connected to my Wi-Fi. I have two Wi-Fis. I have one for my main use and one for the testing station. I connected this to the one for the testing station stuff because this is where this computer is going to go. So obviously this is an older version, so it says my work or school owns it or I own it. That will enable different options to what you can do and all that, because it may want for you to set it up to a domain at that point. And as usual, I named all my computers test. Now, yes, I used an older version of Windows 10, but the newer version would do the same thing. Alright, we're all here. I'm connected to my Wi-Fi. And so, as you can see here, this is an older version because of the way it's laid out. So if I do WinVer, it'll tell me which version it is. So this is build 10240. That is an extremely old build, but it'll work for what I need. And as you can see, the update is being installed over the Wi-Fi. So if I go here, and this will be the same whether it's on a desktop or a laptop. So, as you can see, the time is right. It is Friday. It is December 31st, 2021, as the filming of this video. So if you, same thing here. It's blacked out because I do not have a Windows key installed, which is fine because this is just for testing purposes only. I'm not going to use that on this machine. Alright, so anyway, that is it for this video. Please comment, like, subscribe, and click that bell for more notifications.